Good morning. We try to speak loud because the electricity is individual today.
Shall we put a chair for people to come in front to speak with
We
you?
will see.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So. Of course, whatever is expressed, do you hear? Anyway, it doesn't matter also. You know, I will tell you as a remembrance, we were on the beach with Satsang, but beach means a lot of sound from the waves for years. And suddenly, I don't remember why exactly, we went to a room and everybody dared to express, oh, only now we hear what you said. So it is a passing thought. The rising of the mind is arrogance. Why? Because the mind has this power to define. It makes you believe it's personal, it can control, it describes, it discovers, it can understand. So, in fact, it is what is, but the rise of it creates that. And in Satsang, it's just to remember, and better than remember, to realize that it's just an expression of what is, of our nature, let's say, which is no more individual. That's it, you cannot do anything with what I said, but as I have nothing else to say, I just say that. If you have some good inspiration, welcome. Even a bad inspiration, welcome. We will manage. So it makes sense to say, don't listen to the mind. Dare take this risk not to listen to the mind for a moment. Because the mind there or the mind not there, the nature of things is always here. And that's what you so-called search for. You can start because there is a lot in the book. So you have to start from the beginning. Huh? You have to speak louder. I mean, we try.
This notion of the physical body, notion of the physical body, what is it?
Mind, the rise of the mind. And yes, I don't know in English, the better word than what I will say in English, in French. He has this cunningness to make you believe that he can possess the notions of everything. So he invents this.
So inventing, obviously the body is not real.
Well, I will pinch you, then I see if you... It's real for this world. But we try to mention that where it comes from. How is it possible to see, to have a manifestation? That is the nature of things. That is what is. So there you say, nothing ever happens. But you don't say that in this world. This world has a seeming reality, and you cannot do otherwise. It's just natural. But don't confuse. This is a point that you are only this. There is a big trouble with satsang because things are said and then they are taken as a knowledge of an individual. Then it becomes very confusing. Or very arrogant, thinking, oh no, I know. You know? But yeah, it looks we passed through that. Just pass through it. It was very interesting what you sent. You sent me that duck. They all got it? Or in gossip?
It wasn't.
Okay, you saw maybe the duck in his bed, and he said.
He wakes up.
It's samsara. He knows. He has this knowledge. He goes to satsang. This duck. This is samsara. But then he doesn't go to satsang anymore because in satsang he heard Samsara and Nirvana are the same, or they don't exist, or I don't know, something like that. Samsara and Nirvana also is an illusion. Then he goes back to sleep. But I have to say, it's very normal if you take it as a knowledge. An individual hears or knows this is samsara, illusion or samsara, and then he hears nirvana is as is illusory because you believe in samsara, then you believe in nirvana. But then it's the same one. It's somebody who knows, then he goes back to sleep. I understand he's totally depressed. But what is said when it's nor samsara nor nirvana, it doesn't address to somebody. It's just to try to say what is the nature of each one, but not the one who is bound by the space and the time. Otherwise, you get totally depressed, I tell you. Or fuck it all, but in another way. No, I can do whatever I like, doesn't matter, whatever. Which is totally fine if one is fine with that. But if he searches, it will come back, the search for, but what am I doing in this universe? Who am I? So never forget there are pointers. Whatever is said. Good talk. Yeah.
How can one see through this?
The light.
Maybe that's my answer.
What is first? But you spoke. Then the light came. The word or the light? No, you tell. Yes, I listen.
Yes. How can someone see through it and free themselves when it's so persuasive that we're not? I don't believe this anymore. I'm becoming to not believe. I don't exist either. What are the tools we need? What do we need to do to get this persuasive?
Nothing. Hear it again and again. Again and again. Hear it again and again like a brainwash. But it will not give you anything like a cult does. Brainwash, no, I'm preaching. Because here, it removes everything. So brainwash with nothing. No, we are well equipped. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yes. What happened? Kaput again? The light is there.
Yeah, but it's not
Hello?
strong enough.
Hello?
Okay, it doesn't matter. We do with it. In case I put the whole thing. It works. No. Anyway, I hear less now. Yeah, so we were in the nothing.
We were in the nothing.
Where you were then now? I finished with you with nothing. Where are you?
I'm still pondering the answer and the question I gave.
You have not to ponder. You have the answer to penetrate your thick skin. Again and again. You have not to think. It has to be able to go in. And you don't allow it when you think.
It's difficult not to think.
You think so.
What would you recommend the best way to dissolve all this illusion?
First of all,
Yeah, without the stopping thinking, maybe sitting in silence, I don't know. There's got to be some tools that we can use. And I don't... I mean, I sit in silence, you know, and I do feel that the energy starts to flow easier. I feel more relaxed. I feel more grounded.
yeah, sure.
But I want to maybe go deeper. And
Yeah, so you forget about the depth. You forget about everything, because if you have any idea, that veils what is just available all the time. It's because you think. and you change your thinking in being more relaxed, and nothing wrong with that, but all those happenings happen to someone, and the problem is that you believe you are someone. That's why everything is so important also.
This is what I want to get rid of.
I know. So I'm trying to get there, don't worry. So you understand that?
Yes.
And so what do you do with that? When you understand something, what do you do? When you understood your book, which was a course, the book is finished, you understood the whole thing. What do you do then? You keep the book with you?
No.
Ah. And if it still happens, you can have a look, a glimpse, oh yeah, to remember. So I say again and again, to undermine the habits of your mind. The so-called power of your mind, I must say. But you see, it's here now. If you don't want, or you have not the need to put an image on it, or an experience on it,
This, what you said, what is here
very
and now.
loud, very loud.
This, what you have said, what is here and now.
I'm not the only one to say so, I must say.
Yeah. But, yeah. Is this all? Or because sometimes when I look at you and I see other teachers, and I also made my own experience in that, so sometimes I'm wondering if there is different kind of depth where
I have no depth.
no.
Be free to be crowded with teachers. Be yourself. This thing of depth is a non-ending search. Finding, search, signing, search. Oh, a bit more digging. Finding, search. Forget it. It is all the fantasy of the mind. Fantasy of the mind. Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm searching for more, but
What is this question? That's why I say one is a liar. When one has been a long seeker with knowledge, so he thinks he's enlightened, when he asks a question, it's of course not because he searches. It's because there is still a search, my dear. Otherwise you would not ask. Because you are in some depth. And if you are in some depth taken for real, surely there will be a bigger and deeper depth waiting for you. Do you see that? So you don't keep quiet. The archaeologists, they dig.
What?
Archaeologists. Archaeologues.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
dig, yeah. It's their profession.
Okay. So it's only that. It can be recognized.
Why you look at your doubt? Why do you? Because if you look at your doubt, you need a confirmation.
Yeah.
And it will come from me. It's not a confirmation that you have you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. When I'm with me, I have no doubt.
When I am with me.
Well,
What a wrong sentence.
no, I mean, I don't know. I have a little bit difficult to explain it in English. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah, this is also an excuse. I cannot be fooled, my dear. And I will not allow you to
Yeah.
fool yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Keep quiet.
Yeah.
Is it possible to be there when one keeps quiet?
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's not possible that I am there when one keeps quiet.
When one keeps quiet.
Yeah. I cannot express differently, but you have to understand. I am sure that a few understand this funny language.
Can you say it again?
I forgot. No. I will tell you when you don't expect it.
When you are there, there is no one. Very good.
What a beer. So good. You're like the duck who goes back to sleep.
And
Yeah.
now I'm in the period where I sleep, or
No, because you are disappointed. You don't know any more than what and what. So you go back to sleep.
don't feel like this.
But that is the trouble. Because you feel awake, okay? You feel enlightened. Yes or no?
In
Yeah,
some
yeah.
kind, yes.
I know
Yeah.
that you cannot say the words, but
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Don't you see that there is someone too much? And that's the one is the one who asked the question, of course not searching anymore. Mhm. So it doesn't matter. You don't touch it. You just keep quiet.
Keep quiet about this question, or I go on with my life. And what do you mean? Can you explain a little bit more what you mean with be quiet?
For example, keeping quiet would be that you don't catch this question. Because you see, to define, oh, I still have my daily life, and so on and so on. If you consider it, okay, but whatever terms it has, let it be. Who cares then, you see? Who asked this question? Tell me now.
The mind.
Yes. But precise in the mind? Who has the mind?
Who has the mind?
Yeah.
Cannot find it.
It's I. I have a mind. The rising I creates at the same time a mind. I is the root of the mind. It's I. So it's a manifestation of what is. If you remain in I level, you will never keep quiet.
But now when you asked me this question and I was looking where my mind is coming from, I can't find this place. It was
I ask you to see from who am I? From where this I thought rises.
this I thought.
Do it now. No, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah. To look on it and understand where this I rises up. To find where it rises up.
I don't know. But no, don't look. Otherwise, who's looking? Ask this question. Where it leads you. Where it leads you, it ends. The question ends as anything manifested, manifests and then disappears. It ends. I keep quiet there. It's extremely easy. Why don't you do it? Tell me if there is something you tell. This has to be finished, why not?
When I do this, there's silence. There is.
Don't look at it. Silence is a manifestation. Don't look at those things. Because of that temporal, or I don't know, ephemeral silence, you are here asking a question. So don't look at that silence. It's just ephemeral. So ask really this question.
What was the question?
Who is asking the question?
Who's asking
Who?
the question? This question now.
Who? Tell me. I. Can you
can't find
imagine
this
there is
I.
no floating mind if there is no I? The proof is when you sleep, there is nothing. When you wake up, I wake up, there is waking up, yeah, everything. I.
I cannot find this I. There is only thinking and minds and feelings.
You don't
and
want to go there, you meant to say. Why don't you ask a question? You escape all the time. Why don't you ask you this question and I even tell you where it leads you? Ask a question. The answer is where the questions disappears. And where it disappears, from where it came. Because I, who am I, is the only unique, subjective question. All the rest brings you somewhere. Except this. So ask this question. Yeah.
Is the question being, what am I?
What am I? Then you have many answers. I'm a this and that and this and that. Who?
Who? Who am I? Is that the question?
That's the question.
Who?
But don't make it a practice, otherwise it will be ooh, 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 ooh. Some retreat will say ooh, 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 ooh. Make it fresh. Once is enough. Make it fresh. It's not a practice, it's just a help, a pointing. To just realize you always have been what is.
But many who's have different answers.
Why you assume so? Why?
Because I speak with a lot of people,
But,
persons,
oh,
and
I don't
we
believe
all
so.
have our own.
Yeah.
Because we imagine we are this, we are that, we are the other.
But it is known in this field. It's not this and it's not that.
Yes.
So you cannot say it is this or that.
No.
Ah. Yeah, sure. What?
So if we all have different answers, which is the correct one?
It's when you don't catch an answer. An answer is this. Another answer is that. Not this, not that. Keep quiet. We will come to you.
Thank you.
just an observation I've realised since childhood. The inner conversations have been more we, not I.
It's
Tends
still
to be-
an answer, yeah.
It's the same, yeah.
Yeah.
I've just split
Because
it
who
into-
says we? I mean, you cannot escape I regret.
I know. I'm saying, is this common, or is it just what I've done? Have I split myself since a child?
Who cares? Doesn't matter. Here you are today.
Thank you. So the answer is not needing an answer, or a question, or whatever.
You see, when I say keep quiet or don't stick to an answer, it's not an obligation. It's not like you have to do that. It just dawns on you. If you're still an I with something, some beliefs, that direction will do the work.
Ganga, would you say that you're helping us to unbrainwash more than brainwash? I don't know if that makes sense.
You know, I don't know what am I doing exactly. You can call it a brainwash, but at least be honest. It's a brainwash with nothing.
Like we've already been we've brainwashed ourselves already.
With
It's
things,
undoing.
with concepts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words. and
Here it
ideas.
is at least undoing,
Yeah. That's,
which is also too much. But if one believes very much that is still not all right or a seeker or whatever, then there is this way of teaching which is undoing. Mm? Otherwise, in fact, it's all fantasy. But one cannot take it at once, it looks, or if it takes it at once, it takes it at once. But I mean, yeah. Okay.
thank you.
You. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm destroying something. Yeah, you.
Yes, please destroy.
I do at the bottom.
I don't know if it's correct. So experientially, experiences you can never experience this I, truth, through experience.
Very good.
What?
Very good.
It's true.
Very good.
Now keep silent, right?
Yes, you don't need to remember or to keep it. Very good. As I see, you have some insights, you see, some revelations. Very good. But don't make it a mala of knowledge. Keep quiet every time after that. Hmm? Good. Yeah.
You hear me now? When I speak like that?
If you could speak just a bit louder, yeah.
Okay. When I do not this, not that,
Yeah.
just after there is this moment of void. And if I don't brush this, if I don't try to escape this void moment after the neti-neti, I realize this is undefined, unknowing, and this is very, and if I don't brush it away, or try to come back then it's very unpleasant for the body, I realize.
Yeah, it's because you make it a something again. This void is a something.
Well, I'm talking about it, but let me go on. I realize that, at least for me, it's in the tummy. Here, I have this kind of, dans l'estomac, I have this kind of feeling of...
Don't go to feelings.
Yeah, but I realize that the body, is reacting to this.
Don't go to reactions for a minute. No, what I say, split second.
My point was, in fact...
My point is that one always goes back to the mind or to the body.
Yeah, this was the point, in fact.
This is the point. This is why we seek so long and so long and so long.
Yeah.
Let them react. Just don't go there for a split second.
Yeah, this was the point, in fact.
Good.
Because first I did not saw this reaction of the body, but now that I can see it, I try not to interfere with that. And I was thinking that this is this reaction of the body which is trying to remove this void because it's unpleasant. You see what I mean? And the question is, what can I do to make it, after a while, is this less unsettling, this void for the body? Because not knowing...
Forget that it is a void.
Yeah,
But no, but you don't understand because you want to be right.
okay.
Whatever you express, and it's the same with me, whatever is expressed, it's not that. No, in satsang, things are expressed as a pointer. It's not the truth or the thing, but it's a pointer. Now, when you speak, you don't take the void as a pointer. You take it for it. That is a mistake. And it makes a big difference. Because if you don't make it for it, but as a pointer, you don't get depressed. Because who is there? In the void, there is somebody experiencing the void.
Yeah.
And then he gets depressed. The duck goes to sleep. He's depressed. That's what I say. There are some moments of investigation where, ploof, you can say, oh, I'm free now. That's it. You can't help to say so, but don't hook at it. Let it pass like any other thought. Otherwise, it creates that.
This might seem a very silly, childish question. Would Ganga please possibly kind of tell a little story of how you every day dissolve all this illusion and
Happily, it's not every day.
24 hours a day?
Happily, it's not.
Oh, not anymore.
Once is enough. That's what I say. When I don't know if it clicked ever to you that, oh, suddenly it comes very, very young, I guess, in the life of somebody. Oh, I am a human being. When he sees the animal, suddenly he's aware he's a human being. Have you to repeat that 24 hours all your life?
No.
Ah, then it's the same. But
There was a time in your bodily existence, or not bodily existence, that you also had the same constrictions that we have, that people have, a lot of people
I
have.
still have. What do you mean?
No, not constrictions as in bodily. Like
It is not me who is enlightened.
no. Yeah. No, I agree. What helped Ganga to come through this illusion?
Don't catch your mind when it presents itself. Have this habit, then don't worry. But then for that you have to know what is the mind. Huh? Whatever arises, whatever movements is there, is the mind. Yeah. So you don't need to reject it, but let it pass. Nothing is real there. Okay. And even if you have this experience, oh, I have been completely identified in this passing thought, that very moment you wake up, it's enough. Let that work. Because time appears as long as we are alive, you see. So, of course, in time, so many things happen. But you have seen from where you are. Yeah.
If all emotions and thoughts aren't real,
They are real for this body-mind.
so sadness isn't real or joy.
For somebody, they are real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it feels a bit like you're swallowing a depression, antidepressant pill.
But that's what I say. I don't say to somebody, oh, you feel so, you feel sad, oh, it's an illusion. I don't say that. I say, if you run, if you search for, if there is any something like real nature of things, which is not personal, then don't catch the feeling of sadness. That may help to see who I am in reality. I don't say, what I say here, it's not a way to live to somebody. I don't say to live as everything is unreal. That's why I don't touch the life. Life goes on. I want to point out from where this life appears and disappears. What is? Trying to mention it. Do you see the difference?
I see the difference with sadness, for instance.
Huh?
So that I see the difference with sadness, for instance.
Yeah.
Just to let it pass. But with
No,
this-
but you see, you will really not, for example, if you hear, don't stop at sadness, you need one ingredient. You need to, I want to be freed from concepts. I want to be myself. That fire, that surge has to be there. Otherwise, what I say is nonsense. It makes sense for the one who has another interest, which is a priority. That's why you see it is indicated whatever you experience, let it be sadness. You say it's not this. It's not that you reject it, let it pass. It's not this. So, or you want to know who you are in a psychological way, so you will stop at a few answers. When you ask who am I, answers will come. But one answer at some point will not be enough, so we'll again search, we'll have another answer, and this will go on infinitely till you die. It may be good, it depends for whom. But some people, they are totally fed up to be like a yo-yo, to be all the time in this changing answers. And so they start to search, what's all this? And there, it makes sense. It's not this, it's not that. Just to give you the occasion to be without the quality a split second.
It feels numb if you explain it that way.
But this is an experience again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not this.
Something just struck me.
Yeah, maybe a bit louder because
So, wallowing in self-pity, or enjoying bliss, joy, happiness, beautiful, or the numbness, it's all the same.
all the what?
It's all the same.
No.
No.
There is pity and there is joy. It's not the same, huh?
No, I mean,
It's not the same experience.
but it's all experience.
Hmm?
But it's still all
Experiences, yeah.
One I enjoy,
Yeah,
one
sure,
I
sure.
don't enjoy.
Sure.
Or
Yes,
nothing.
yes.
Thank you.
No, it's a big thing to find out. Sure. Very good.
Thank you.
So now, who is the subject?
Still I'm still dreaming.
No? You may not dream if you ask, who am I?
Sorry?
You may not dream if you ask, who am I? In the dream, there will be many answers. I say you will not dream if you ask, who am I?
Thank you.
Ganga, I feel I'm clinging to something that's bothering me.
Yeah.
It's vulnerability.
Is vulnerability? Yeah. Yeah, it's a feeling, huh?
It's like
Not tell.
It's like I have to say something in satsang, and then I have to be very vulnerable to receive it or whatever. Like I feel really stupid saying this, but
Yeah, there is no condition. If the proof is the most sattvic people, this is a great condition, isn't it? They don't get it. It's beyond conditions. Be as you are as a woman, doesn't matter. So, what more?
it has nothing to do with satsang.
It has nothing to do with satsang. Yeah.
Being vulnerable.
Huh?
Being vulnerable.
You came back to there. I thought it was gone.
Apparently not.
Don't hook at any condition, please.
So what I meant was just I don't need to say it now. That was what I meant.
Ever. Not only now. There will be never an enough ready background, you know. Never. So you are raw, you are brute, you are very delicate, you are vulnerable. All this is a personality. It's not about a personality. So don't worry.
And that's where I get stuck, because then I think I have to let it go, but I don't have to.
No,
let
you
it
have
go.
not to.
Yes.
Don't work on
Doesn't
it.
matter.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Be quieter than that. Great.
What do you think? Where,
Oh, a little louder, please.
where the energy comes from?
I didn't hear. Why?
Where the energy comes from?
Why what?
Where energy comes from.
Ah, energy. From what is?
For example, life energy or our.
From what is? From your true nature. And true nature is totally alive, obviously, when you don't interfere, when you don't possess anything.
I have so many questions in my head that I'm beginning to get a headache. But then you say not to question and just stay silent. How do I get rid of all these questions?
They are there, but you don't care. Because you know of which nature it is.
This is true. And the difficulty is maybe just getting rid of these questions.
No, don't
Not
get
having
rid
them.
of. Don't get rid of them. It's there. Know the nature of it, and keep quiet. From where you see them, you keep quiet. It's not that we will become brainless, huh? Knowing the nature of things is very precious. Yeah, you ask.
Because then it's not important to know the answer. If we just
It's
leave
very important that when you don't have answer, it is the answer. Otherwise, you remain somebody like in a no man's land, and in the end, it will not work.
Could you repeat that, please?
You know, it's not about my answers. It's about the energy behind. So now I'm quite... I cannot repeat. Let it work. It's like you the same, you see. Somebody is very good in arrow. There is a deer, then paf, it works. But if there is no deer, why should he? There will be no enthusiasm, no mean. It's the same with my words. A deer has to be there, or a lion.
Is that concept like, not you, I don't like this word, you are, that is then the lion or the deer?
Why that? That you mean?
That, yes, that's
okay,
what I mean.
Okay. So what?
That is the lion or deer.
It was, no, it's already gone.
If that is not present, then you might as well not have the deer or the lion. It can only be...
Then there is no need of any answer.
Mm.
No need of shooting.
Yeah. Could Ganga please elaborate on there is seemingly male and female. Why? Why is this? Why? For what reason?
First, ask, who am I? You will get the answer.
Yeah, I'm nothing.
Huh?
I am a nothing.
What?
I am nothing. That's the
It's
answer I
not the
get.
answer.
Well, the answer I get is I have to shed everything, so I am nothingness.
No, not even.
No, I'm
It's
even-
not this and it's not that.
No, then.
Then what? Why you go to then what? The mind says so, because he wants to bite something.
But I have to rid myself of everything I am. So
No, it's impossible. Impossible. You do for a while, not this, not that. If you are stick to that, you can ask that all your life, because it's endless, endless. The stock is endless. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, all the time.
yeah,
That's what I say. The stress is, okay, it's a way to have a direction. I'm not this, I'm not that. But the stress is not there. The stress is when you say not this, not that, keep quiet. Keep quiet. That only will work, will undermine your mind. The power, I mean. Mind will always look and appear and disappear. Will undermine its tyranny. And the keeping quiet cannot be long. It doesn't matter, but it should be a real keeping quiet. So don't try to be in a state of keeping quiet. It will not work. Just keep quiet, here and there. Keep quiet. And you know what I mean, not a state of quietness. Just basta. And if you have state of quietness, enjoy. Well gone also. It was a state. Don't confuse. What is the time after all?
11.
Ah. So. Thank you very much.